Here we go. Not a teddy bear you want to be cuddling with inside the cage.
No.
All right, we are set. Final fight of the night. Jeff Jepsen, Nate Williams. Here we go.
Yo. Rob, what are you expecting? Here we go.
I don't know what to expect. I'll be honest. This one really, because it ended so quickly.
Well, like we've talked about earlier, I like to see Nate use that height and length advantage.
Nate's switching from southpaw to traditional. There's a takedown, which I've told you.
Yeah, he's not too shocked with that. Oh, geez, he's got
his hooks. Nate's got his hooks on. This might be another quick one, Rob.
Yeah.
I would imagine Jeff's going to do a pretty good job of getting out of this. He's got to really work to pick a side with those legs.
Jepsen's doing the right thing. He's trapping his arms.
Okay, got the body triangle right now. Very difficult to get. He's doing the right thing. He's got to get to the other side.
Got to be careful.
Doing a good job. He's got that two hands on one wrist to stop that choke from happening.
Two on one.
Got to do a little bit better job of getting that legs out there. He's got a mule kick or something. He's got the body triangle. He's doing the right thing. He's on the right side.
Now look what Nate's doing. He's also disrupting his breathing. He's also disrupting Jeff's breathing. That is a veteran move.
He doesn't want to go to the other side. He's got the other side. That's a big problem right there. It's a big problem. He's got to get back to the other side.
Looks like it
could be nasty right here. He's got to get to the other side.
That is, he doesn't got it. You know, if I'm Jeff right now, I'm making noises. I'm making Nate burn out on that. I think he slipped it under. No, he broke it.
Wow, he needs to get that leg to the other side. Now it's a big problem. Now it's a big problem. He can't get out of that position. He's got to work back up. He's got to, wow.
He's got to explode up.
Right there. I don't people realize what a great defensive job that was by Jeff Jepsen.
Wow.
Well, now Jeff realizes he's in a fight. The guy had a phenomenal amateur career. He had a fluke loss in his first loss. We're going to see what he's made of, man. Levels and gears, Chris, is what you talked about earlier.
And wow, big problem right there. He's gotten back to where he's got that body triangle.
Yeah.
Does Nate Williams.
It's almost like the size advantage is actually to the shorter guy in fights like this.
It is a strange thing, but right now he's got that body triangle. He's got to work on getting that out. He can't let him get in that position too many times. Where he's
Looks like he keeps going back to try and lock in the rear naked, but he can't quite get it.
And outside of the body triangle, what he's doing is he's also covering the mouth of Jeff. So the body triangle and the mouth are both disrupting the breathing.
A good job right now by Jeff. He's gotten to a good position, much better right now. That's a victory in itself right there.
Well, he's shown he belongs here. Well, Jeff is showing that he belongs here. That's for sure.
And that can be a little frustrating that you get a guy in a really good position a couple times and you don't finish the fight.
Now, I'm going to start looking for some elbows by Nate in this position.
And as you know, as the fight goes, more sweat pours out of your body. You get slipperier. It's actually harder to lock it in, isn't it?
100%. I mean, you're not going to get certain submission holds now. The sweatier you get. Arm bars become more difficult, knee bars. Oh, wow. So that's just good transition right there. Very unfortunate for Jepsen right there. He did a lot of work to get to a good spot. Nate turns around. That's a wrestler.
Yeah, Nate Williams has got a lot of experience. And, you know, for Jeff to even want to fight like this based on, you know, having under 10 pro fights, I got to hand it to him. But, as we discussed earlier, at 125, there's not a lot of options out there.
Yeah, good point. And look he's doing a good job. He's trying to get his own takedown right now.
And you know, let's call it what it is. Jeff is a real big guy for 125.
Oh, wow. Jepsen's on top.
Mount.
Very good position.
Mount.
Nate might be in a little bit of trouble right here. He better hope there's not much time because Jeff does a good job of bringing him right to the fence.
Yeah,
we've got 40 seconds left in this round. You know, Jeff figured that puzzle out.
Oh, a good transition right there. He watch out. He's got a good choke in there.
Oh, well. And again, as sweaty as they are, it's going to be hard to lock something in now.
You got a bald guy that's sweaty. That's going to be hard to.
Not only that, it's not just a sweat, not just being bald. He knows what he's doing in there. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
He's going to be very difficult to choke, I think, at any time.
Well, we are going to go to a second round to decide this one.
I'll tell you what, there's a little moral victory. Although he lost the round, Jeff may have lost the round. I think there's a little moral victory.
Oh, he definitely.
He finished it strong.
And he deserves to be there, and he's doing a lot of damage. I mean, Nate doesn't look as fresh as you might think he would right now.
No. You know, at 125, there's not a big pool of people. This is King of Iowa as far as I'm concerned.
And you talked about it, you know, Chris, that it's frustrating if you're trying. You look how hard he was trying to get that choke in, repeatedly, over and over.
Well, Rob, he was squeezing on it too.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have it, he was squeezing.
And he couldn't finish him. And at some point, that takes a toll on the guy applying it,
well,
right?
Not only is that mentally frustrating, but it was something that Mike talked about, you know, maybe you should fake like, gurgle because that makes the guy squeeze even harder.
Make a
noise.
noise.
You only have so much juice left in those arms. I've had fights where you squeeze so hard and you go, oh my God, I don't have anything left, and there's nothing left, there's nothing left. You can't, the longer it goes, the worse it is. So
that bicep squeeze is kind of like abs. You've only got so much juice to use, Chris. Chris called it right.
And it's that, lactic acid buildup, and once there's not much you can do about it afterwards. Your muscles are useless, and your arms can't work.
Spurts of good muscle usage, but not consistent.
Yeah, it makes it very difficult to fight. Look over here. Look at Jepsen.
I tell you, Jepsen looks pretty fresh.
He's ready to go.
Jepsen ain't playing, man.
He's excited for this fight. He's ready to go.
He's waiting. He's trying to line up that shot. He knows the shot's coming, so he's lining up a knee like I talked earlier.
Exactly.
Usually some kicks or punches, and there it is. Then the shot comes. So Jepsen's going to have to figure this out again. And you know what? He did a great job that first round. Although he came up short, it was a moral victory in that first round.
He's got to do a better job right now of not getting up. Gave up his backhand. He's flattened out. He's in big trouble right now. He's doing a very good job of not staying flattened out there. Very impressed with how he transitions.
So what you saw Jeff did was actually a veteran move as well. When he was flattened out like that, put his feet towards the cage and just kind of walked along the cage from the bottom in order to get a different angle.
And got that
phenomenal
leg pushed up right there. Like I said, very good for a guy who's only had 6 professional
Yeah, I mean, those tiny little movements like that, you're not going to notice, but when you do understand what's happening in there, it's like, whoa.
Well, and I have seen, and Mike, you referenced this, elbows from underneath. Those can be really damaging. Jepsen did get a couple good shots in from underneath.
It's almost like Nate's trying to set up a twister. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. It looks like, though, it's going to be difficult. I think Jeff knows it, too, more than anybody.
I think so,
He's not
too.
gonna let that,
He even did it in the first round, too. I noticed that.
Getting him flattened out again. Jeez.
Yeah. Now, I mean,
He's got to work to get those legs out right now. And he's been doing it consistently. There he does. He knee slides in right now. Very good job. You can't just, man, look at how he did it again. I can't talk too much about how impressed I am with his ability to get out of that spot. Usually people get flattened out. That's the end of the fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And look, he's coming with his own heavy elbows right now from the bottom.
Well, that's what I was talking about. You know, those can be very damaging.
For sure. Oh, he's got a good Kimura lock right now. Oh.
Rolled him with the Kimura.
But can he hang on?
And let's see how the good wrestler does off his back right now. Oh.
Well, we got.
Looks like Williams is damaged a little bit.
We got 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, and it's almost like Williams shot his energy load in the beginning of the round.
Yeah.
And now he's mounted. Let's see how he likes. Okay, got back into half guard.
You know, Chris, what you had mentioned, there's only so much juice in those arms. I have no doubt that took a toll. When he didn't get that rear naked choke in that first round, Nate's arms are fatigued right now.
Very much so. And he keeps almost getting it again, but he can't quite hold it. He can't quite finish it.
And you know, it's like a test of strength right now. You know, Jeff obviously is not the stronger of the two of the fighters, but based on the fatigue that Nate is having, not being able to land that rear naked choke,
oh man, if he
Jeff's
can get
asserting his
anything on
will.
it. Yeah, because you're right, Williams is really fatigued. Really fatigued. Oh, he can lock it in here.
He's got his own choke coming.
Nate doesn't have much of a neck.
Yeah. Of course.
No, he's trying to.
He's doing a good job.
He's
He's just going to go with a face crush, or he can just start pummeling him.
Yeah. Well, now here's the second win for Nate.
You watch that knee. He can get knee in the face.
There it is. Chris, you called that one.
Well, I tell you what, almost feels like Williams is hanging on for dear life right now.
Well, you know, Nate's takedowns were pretty dominant in the first round. Obviously, we saw a good one opening up the second round. They're not working like they used to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
as he gets taken out, let's watch Jeff now. Let's see if Jeff.
And Jeff does a good job. He landing elbows, exactly what we talked about.
Nate, here.
And look who's Nate's just holding on.
Nate's holding on, trying to catch his breath. Jeff's got to make him work.
And here's the thing: we got 5 rounds of this. It's going to be a very difficult pace for Nate Williams to keep, I believe.
You know, when you burn out on a rear naked choke in the first round, you got 4 more rounds to go. That's unsettling.
There's those elbows.
Just mashing
little
him.
short elbows right there.
Oh.
Armbar. Oh.
He's got it. That's not a traditional armbar.
He can't get the right angle on it now.
He's gotta figure out that elbow.
There's only a few seconds left. Kimura lock gonna go for the triangle. Oh wow. That was so close to being finished right there. That was so close.
You're Nate Williams' corner. You got to throw ice in his shorts. You got to put ice on his back. Take his mouthpiece out.
He just collapsed.
So he's sitting down in the corner like that. You know, he might be comfortable there, but that is not the optimal place to get air into your body.
Yeah.
You know, you got to pull the shorts off the belly, pull the jock strap off the belly, throw some ice down there.
Old school boxing
yeah.
Like I said, he may be doing pretty well in the fight right now. He may be winning on the point.
I'm not sure. That might be 1-1.
Yeah, but he's in some trouble right now, I believe, if you look at him. If I'm his coaches, I'm telling him, once you get Jepsen down again, you got to control position. You cannot let him get back up. I don't care if you're not as active. You hold him down, you land punches. I don't care if you're not getting the choke. You don't let him get back into a position of comfort.
Yeah, and you know, and as a corner, you kind of got to take control of the fight, too. As a corner, like, no, sit on the chair.
Exactly.
You know, like, no. Come on. We got to get you ready. You're going back out there in 1 minute.
Yeah, Jepsen, I mean.
You see the difference in the corners in terms of confidence.
Yeah, as far as energy level, Jepsen looks like he still has more gas in the tank.
Now look at Jepsen. Look what he's doing. He's taking deep breaths.
Yep.
He's taking deep breaths and holding them.
And look, and he's upright now.
He's upright. You got Eric Wisely in his corner. You got a guy like Eric Wisely in your corner, man. You've been to a few fights. I mean, think about the confidence that Wisely has in a guy that's got under 10 fights fighting a guy that's got about 50.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
With a good record at 50 fights. Most of his losses were out of his weight class.
Yeah.
was Nate Williams' losses were out of his weight class for people watching at home.
Here we go, the third round. See if they stay
Good
and
left
try
hand.
to.
You know, if I'm Jeff, in all honesty, I think I'm going to give up the takedown. I mean, I'm not saying give it to him, but I'm going to take more risks with my hands based on
Yeah, you
Nate not being able to hold
I
him
see
down.
what you mean right here. Sometimes you got to be tentative so you don't give up the takedown. I'd come straight forward and try and hurt Williams, and if he takes you down, so be it.
It's it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he did real well on the ground, at the end of the round, so kind of want to be there anyway.
Here we go.
Good job. All right, so he gave the takedown, but look, he got a knee. Now, was it a devastating knee? No, but he landed it.
Yeah.
Well, and he was, I think, in the middle of inflicting more damage.
Yes.
And that's what forced the takedown because that's all Williams
But he
has
took
right now.
He took a chance. He took a chance.
If I'm Nate Williams,
And I'm okay with that if I'm his corner.
100%. If I'm Nate Williams right now, I'm trying to just stay in position, maybe get side now, and then do as little as possible. Try and hold him down and inflict some damage right
Here
there.
we go. What an escape, man. He saw the window.
Yep, that's where the sweat comes into play, the slickness. And the last thing I do if I'm Nate Williams right now is let him up.
So we got about 3:40 left.
Williams back up on top. Boy, the crowd is really rooting on Jepsen.
So where's Jeff from?
He's from Comanche, Iowa.
And how
Both
far
are
is that?
Iowa
From,
fighters.
how far is that from here?
Well, it's about an hour and a half. It's a little
Wow.
bit closer than Des Moines.
Wow, that's fantastic, man.
His fans are traveling.
Yeah, that's a town that supports their guy, man.
Loving it.
That's fantastic. This place is packed still.
Absolutely. They don't want to miss it.
Look at that. Good job trying to pull him in. Land some good elbows. Because here's the question right now. If you have a guy who's on top in dominant position, but the guy on bottom seems to be landing more punches, who's winning?
That's rough. If I'm Jeff, I'm pushing the pace right now.
He's doing a good job of continuing to try and
Yeah.
land things and continue to
He's making
look
Nate
for
work.
submissions. Nate has landed some big punches from the top.
Well, see what Nate's doing right now is he's breathing, trying to muster up, get 2 punches in, breathe, get 2 more punches. Yeah, Jeff's got to kind of disrupt that. There it is.
And he's having some very good attempts at some sweeps.
He's making
It's
Nate
just
work.
not
That's what he's
quite
got to do.
working
That's what
right
he's got
now.
to do. He's got to make Nate work. Problem with Nate is he's so slick. I mean, he knows the game. He knows jiu-jitsu, and he's really sweaty right now.
Yeah.
There's the elbow I was
And
talking
he's
about
landing-
that where you knew it was coming.
He's doing just enough on top. Every now and again, he'll land a big punch, a big elbow, something.
Yeah. This bout, in my opinion, might be 1-1 right now. And
Well, he's trying to do the old knee grind in the face. He's throwing punches, coming back with elbows.
that stinks if you're on the receiving end of that.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. Like, I'm on top, I can't. He's got to stop hitting it. He's landing good punches himself.
Yeah, there were some good shots from Williams there.
Just got to keep throwing from his back. There it is. He's just trying to set up that up kick, too, out of there. Come on.
I'm going to see a knee bar attempt right here. I think we're going to see it. There it goes.
Trying for a guillotine, but just too slick.
You know what? That was a slick way to keep Jeff on the ground by Nate.
And he's doing a good job. Jeff's doing a good job of trying to set up some triangles here, but
Just got to keep making them work.
Nate's
Now we're
not
under a
having it.
minute. We're under a minute left in the third round. And, if I'm Jeff, I got to maybe regroup a little bit more. Maybe what we had said in the beginning of the round, don't worry about the takedown. Yeah, maybe that wasn't the best advice that I would have given a guy if I was in his corner.
Yeah. Well, luckily you still have a couple more rounds. Because to be honest with you, this looks like a place where Nate
looks
can
like
hang
a
out
cut.
all day.
Yeah,
Cut opened up.
Nate can hang out here all day long.
Jepsen has a cut.
One of those elbows, probably.
Yeah, well, we knew it was coming. Yeah, it's kind of Nate's bread and butter. He's got the short limbs, and short arms. So if he can get on top of you, he hits you with elbows. That's something consistent you see in his fight footage.
There we go.
Let's see how bad that cut is. That's underneath.
Doesn't look bad.
It's underneath. Underneath his eye.
The referee needs to do something about the tape coming off of his hand right there.
Both fighters got that issue.
Just pouring sweat. What a great fight. Jeff Jepsen, Nathan Williams. Final fight of the night here at Pinnacle Combat 31.
Heading into the fourth round, how do you guys got it scored?
Very tough. I definitely had to give that round to Nate.
I
would say
2-1
he's probably
Nate.
up 2-1 at least.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement on that.
Yeah. I'd say 2-1 Williams, but I mean Jepsen still feels to me like
he's in the game. He's in the game. And look at him. Look what they're doing. They're pumping air into him.
Well, you talked about it, Mike. Does he try to stand up more? Try to avoid a takedown. Try and just strike with him. See what happens.
What I'm telling him is I don't want to see any kicks. I want no kicks, no knees. I want unless the guy's shooting in, you might try.
Yeah,
but I want a lot more punches.
If I were to make a critique of Jeff, he's waiting for the shot so we can soccer kick him. And it's like, if it comes, it comes. But it's not something that you can force.
When they got inside, when it started landing some good punches last time, they grabbed him through some knees, and that's what led to the takedown. No more kicks, no more knees for a while. I want to see some punches.
I'm going to tell you another new move that Nate makes. He's got to close the distance because he's shorter in stature. On that glove touch, what he's doing is he's shortening his arm, so he's already close and he's in Jeff's wheelhouse. So, he's coming with a T-Rex arm, which is a telltale sign of somebody that's just trying to get that takedown right away. Which, veteran move. When you got 50 fights, those are the types of things you do.
Little things.
Yeah.
And right now, you got that twister position you talked about earlier.
He's trying to land a twister. And that's not an easy thing to land in an MMA bout.
No.
I mean, less than a dozen.
Not as greasy as they are right now either.
No.
Good job right now.
There it is. Come on, Jeff.
Thought maybe he might go for almost like the banana split move right there.
If I'm Jeff, I'm sitting laying next to him like that. I'm trying to throw anything I can.
Well, he's still got that twister. He's got it in a way.
There it is. Oh, Chris, if I point to the right field fence and I call it twister 2 rounds ago.
Yeah. And now he's going for the banana splits of all things. Oh, go for that knee bar. Got the twister again. He's going to go for it. He's going to try.
Yeah, he's just waiting for
it. Got it. No, he's got it. He's got the setup. He's got it.
I don't know how deep that is. Nope. Jeff got out of it. All right, now, so if I'm Jeff, I'm throwing elbows. Absolutely. 100%, dude. You got to start. You got to empty your wheelhouse, man. You got to. Whatever ammunition you got to empty.
He's still trying to get that triangle, but it's going to be very tough against a veteran like this. Better odds of cutting him with the elbow, I believe. And I wouldn't advise sitting right here because he's going to flatten you out again and you're in some trouble. Would like to see him use the fence to try and stand up, push up against it right now, work forward inch by inch, and that makes it a little bit more difficult.
When he was flat, he was using the fence. He's got to try to use the fence in a position like this. Like, he doesn't want to move because he doesn't want
give up the hooks.
Give up the hooks, but at some point, tilt to the left, tilt to the right.
He's got to explode up and use the fence to stand up. Like right
turtle
now.
Position's not helping you.
No, that's probably the worst place you can be. There's where he is it right there.
There it is. And we're halfway through the round.
Wow.
Take your deep breaths and figure out your entry. Figure out your entry, Jeff.
Right now, that's what I'm talking about. Uppercuts. Uppercuts when he does stand like that. Not knees, uppercuts.
Oh, he should have threw that kick. He hesitated on that kick at the end of that combo. He would have had it.
Thought about a spinning back fist. Ooh.
Wow. I mean, Nate relies on all that, man.
See, when he covers up like that, I like to see some more uppercuts.
Man, is he slick. Nate Williams is a slick fighter, bro. I tell you, Nate Williams is just...
Still having some good head movements and feints right now.
Ooh.
Wow.
You see how so Jeff Jepsen just gets hit with a two-piece, a two-punch combo, and look how he reacts. He moves forward. He's got another big knee to the head. Jeff's got to kind of regroup, think about his entries a little bit better.
Well, these guys are absolutely going
I'd like
to
to
war.
see, like I said, I'd like to see that a little bit more uppercuts from Jepsen.
Oh.
Yes. That one kind of knocks some sense into him.
Nate Williams keeps leaning in with his head like that. He's going to get caught.
Hit him with a couple punches there. But
Crowd's loving the stand-up here. Oh.
wow. Like I said, I don't
You know what, Chris?
no-
You called that.
no
He's got to get away from the
kicks.
kicks
He
altogether.
can't throw him right now. He's going to catch it. He's going to take it in.
And Nate's going to ride this one out, huh?
I would imagine
Do you go 2-2? Who do you give this round to?
back and forth, but I mean,
This one's a tough one, I think.
going for the Goga Plata. Another armbar attempt.
Oh, can he get it?
No.
His legs aren't positioned.
Wow.
Another close attempt right there.
Yeah, I tell you, that submission at the end may have won that round for him. That submission attempt at the end.
That was close.
That was impressive. Wow.
You know, we've seen a lot of repeated submission attempts. We've had we've had him flattened out with a rear naked choke a couple times. Nate Williams had that move. We've had a couple near arm bars put
And I've
on
been
by
trying to read the body
Jepsen.
language too, but initially I thought maybe Jepsen had more in the tank, but I got to give Nate Williams some credit here. He has continued to show up round after round.
Well, not only that, but he's doing a very good job. You can tell this is from his 50-plus fights of being able to, fight in spurts. He's really tired. He's able to move for a second, grab his breath, throw a couple hard punches, do some feints. He's doing a very good job of being a slick professional.
I tell you another thing. Mark Kilberg in Jeff's corner as well. There's a lot of knowledge in Jeff's corner right now. Yeah, between Mark and Eric Wisely. Mark, in all honesty, that guy he's got decades of gym ownership.
Yep.
Here in Iowa. Great guy.
So once again, if I'm his corner, I say, if you do another kick, I'm going to break your leg. That's personally what I'm saying.
Well, here we go. We go to round 5, guys. This will decide it.
All right, so like all this little water and stuff like that, when you're doing stuff like that, you're buying time. You're buying your fighter time.
Oh, yeah.
And guess where the water's at? In a place where the fighter wasn't even sitting.
Well, hey, that's what you call a good cornerman.
That's a good corner,
That's
man.
a veteran move.
That's
right
a
there.
good corner.
My guy needs 15 extra seconds.
Look at this. That's
What we want to see.
All right, here we go.
stay on your toes. Stay on the balls of your feet, Jeff. You got to make every punch count. This is where Nate wants to be.
If I'm being honest, I think maybe Jepsen has to finish this fight this round to
I
win.
agree, but the problem is it doesn't really seem like he's got the power left after being in a fight like this to land a punch and knock out.
Well, anyway, when you're going for submissions like the ones he did, when you're going for submissions like that takes a lot out of you. And, Nate is consistently been getting takedowns every round.
Every round.
Except the second round. Now, I don't know, maybe if he took that second round off.
He looked really tired, though.
He looked real tired, but he's got his breath back.
Second or third win, who knows?
Yeah, I don't want to say it's desperation time for Jepsen, but he does need to do something.
I couldn't agree more. Good reversal right there. This is exactly what Jepsen needs. I don't know if I'd have let him up like that, but I would have liked to see him be heavy on his head for a while.
So, no, Jeff's got to insert his will.
Oh, good right hand.
And you know, you're saying no kick. I agree with you, no kick. But if you're going to throw 2 punches like that, you might want to end the combination with a kick.
I have no problem with that. I don't want to see any lead kicks.
Oh, he just wound up and hit him with that right.
I like to see more of that double jab with the right hand. You can just see Nate looking for those legs.
He's keeping Nate at the end of his punches when Nate is backing up trying to get away from him. And he's always landing 2. That was a huge window he should have went through.
Looks to me like Nate's really looking to get it on the legs. Oh, big right hand.
Well, and there's the takedown again with the kick.
Well, I mean, you got the crafty veteran and you got the young buck. And the crafty veteran has been showing the young buck a thing or two in this fight.
For sure.
He knows what he has to do to win, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he's been able to implement it right now. Oh, it's an old school submission. Hurts the ribs. Probably not going to work well here. But
it'll take the wind out of you, but it also takes a lot of energy out of the guy throwing.
Exactly. Oh, got that Kimura lock again. Nope, not able to finish.
Yeah, but it made Nate move. It gave him a little bit of breathing room.
Yep.
So we're down to 1:50, and it's do or die for Jeff right now. If he plans on getting his hand raised, he's got to show the judges something.
I agree.
You know, I did notice a little sense of urgency in his corner in between the rounds, this round. So I think he's well aware of the position he's in right now.
Yep.
I think he is too, but I think at this point he doesn't really know what else to do. He's doing a lot of moves. I guarantee work on most people. These triangle chokes, these arm bars. You know, he's not being able to have the success he'd like.
You know, Jeff seems huge for 125 as well. I wonder.
Put up a cut on Williams.
I wonder how big of a cut, a weight cut it is for Jeff. I don't know if it's taken from his power the next day, but he's a big 125.
Yeah. Don't sit right there. You're down already. You have to move.
Yeah, especially when you're under a minute. When you're under a minute left in a fight. Like if I'm in his corner, I'm yelling at him. Like how much time is left.
For sure you need to.
Yep.
Back to his feet. All right.
Hey, Jeff has got no quit, man.
What he's got to do is finish with the fists and hard and fast.
Look at that. I mean, Nate throws power all the time. Right hands, left hands, they seem like they hit very hard.
I think at the end of this, Nate's going to have a lot of respect for Jeff regardless of who gets their hand raised. That guy's got 6 fights. You know, and if I'm Jeff, I'm hitting a spinning bat. I'm hitting a spinning.
You got to try something.
Yeah,
like that,
you know, you might get taken down, but it is what it is, man.
Wow, good
Wow,
fight.
that is a barn burner. That was a barn burner. And you know what? You know, you said fluke, things happen, and you know, in the first time that they had fought, whether he wins or loses this fight, I think he'll be a little more at peace with himself in regards to how he performed that night.
Yeah, you can't.
I think he left it all out there, didn't he?
You can't look at a fight like that and be upset with yourself.
No, I think he left it all out there, and Nate Williams just kept answering the bell.
I'll be honest with you. After the second round, I thought Nate Williams was in some trouble.
Yeah, he seemed to.
But he really sucked it up and showed he's a veteran by.
He somehow bounced back.
Yeah.
You know, and a crafty veteran like that, you know, you never know. I mean, it's like he's sitting in a corner and. You know, when you have a cardio peak like that and you have issues, it's just. You know, it speaks volumes of you know what you're doing in your corner, taking your mouthpiece out, getting oxygenated. Is Nate Williams putting the gloves down in the center of the cage? Are we watching a retirement fight?
That is what it looks like to me.
Wow.
We got to give him the microphone and see what he has to say about this.
Usually you do that after the
decision.
After the decision, yeah.
Well, what a great night of fighting.
Phenomenal.
Pinnacle Combat 31. This one lived up to the hype. B2 Digital involved here. Great night of fighting. Here comes Jepsen over to embrace with Williams.
Yeah, there's here. Look at let's look at what's happening in the cage right now. There's a lot of MMA history sitting in that cage right now with Wisely, Kilberg, and Williams. And you got a young cat, Jeff Jepsen.
Pinnacle Combat 31, your professional flyweight championship fight. We go the distance, and now we go to the judges' cards. We have a unanimous decision. All three judges score the fight 49-46. Your winner and
go.
champion, Nick
Man, that Jeff, he's gonna have a lot of tape to watch. This is one of those learning experience fights
100%.
that you're proud to have on your record.
Yeah.
Would you not agree with that, Rob?
Absolutely. Hopefully we'll get to hear from Nate here.
Let's hear what Nate has to say. He set his gloves in the ring.